This is Prophet Blaine, and you are listening to Worship Radio International, the world's #1 online Christian radio station.
Good evening, good evening, good evening, and welcome to Biz Talk with DAndre. And I'm your host, DAndre Ford. And we have a special guest tonight, none other than the one, the only, T-Barb.
Hey, everybody. Hey, thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming on. Again, know that you're busy. Every time I turn around, she's going. Multiple business owner. Well, we got some good questions that'll help you transition if you're thinking about going from a J-O-B, just over broke, to just living your dream. So again, I'm excited to have T-Barb, or is that Tiffany, but we'll stick to T-Barb. We'll stick to that, and we're going to go ahead and get started. Hope everybody had a great week last week, and again, had some ups, some downs, but a lot of ups, and like keep that positive energy. So again, we know each and every episode that we start off with affirmations.
Sounds good to me.
And again, I love affirmations because you speak that positive into the atmosphere. You get that energy. And if those who are believers know that we speak things into existence. So today, we're going to go back to some of our old affirmations because, again, I love repetition. So today, this is a good one. My body is healthy. My mind is brilliant. And my soul tranquil. With so much going on out here, we're talking about ups and downs, ebb, flow, and the economy, the recession, mass killing, so many different things going on out here that you can go all over the place and you're nervous, you're fearful. And so you speak to yourself. You do these affirmations. My body is healthy, because then if you allow that fear to get to you, next thing you know, that body and that health starts to go down. Then that cancer comes into play. So this is a good one to speak every day and every night. My body is healthy. My mind is brilliant, because you get some people saying, oh, I'm going crazy. Crazy. No, you speaking those things into existence. No, my mind is brilliant. And my soul tranquil. Just take it easy, take it smooth, and just, hey, God got this. I'm not going to sit up here and worry about it. So again, my body is healthy, my mind is brilliant, and my soul is tranquil. Now, another one. I am superior to negative thoughts and low actions. And there's a lot of petty people out there. We'll talk about that hot dog cart you got downtown as well. I'm quite sure you run into
I'm saving it. I'm just absorbing the affirmations. You just keep going, because I'm absorbing it. Yes, I am.
I am superior to negative thoughts and low petty actions. Another one. Oh, this fits you right already, but you keep saying it because there's more. God is giving you more.
Yes.
I have been given endless talents, which I began to utilize today. I always say the grave is rich. And when we say the grave is rich, because so many people didn't live their dreams. They didn't utilize their talents and give to the world.
Amen.
So you want to, again, God has filled you up with them talents. You got to find out what they are and then use them. So when we leave here, because everybody got to leave here, you want to make sure that you leave empty. You full, but you got to go ahead and give it out. So you want to be empty when you leave here.
Amen.
So again, I have been given endless talents. You've been given endless talents.
Amen.
Which you utilize today. Another one is, so many people got a lot of things that have gone on in their lives. Maybe they've gotten hurt by other people. In business, you run into that.
Amen.
So one here is, I forgive those who have harmed me in my past and peacefully detach from them.
Wow.
Love them from a distance, but you got to detach, because if they're toxic, it starts to rub off on you, and you start to, the enemy starts to get into the mind of what they had said, and you lose a lot of ground. You lose time. And time is something that we can never get back. Once it's gone, it's gone.
It's gone.
Money, you lose that, you can get that back.
Very
but
true.
as far as that time, it's gone.
It's gone.
So I forgive those who have harmed me in my past and peacefully detach from them. So you got to move on. You got some dreams. You got some goals. You got to run. You got to get.
Amen.
So you can't sit, oh man, they hurt me. They did this to me. They stabbed me in the back. No, because you can't keep playing that over and over and over. You got to go forward.
You cannot.
Now, another one. A river of compassion washes away my anger and replaces it with love. A river
Overflow
of compassion. Wash it away. I'm mad, I'm upset, I'm kind of bubbling, but I keep speaking this, and then over time, that compassion just washes away my anger and replaces it with love.
Wow.
Love.
That's a great one.
Love. And I think I'm going to end with that one there. Oh, I'm going to leave with this one here. I possess the qualities needed to be extremely successful.
Wow.
You already got the talents. You done went through some experiences. Because, again, a lot of comedians, I've noticed, they've gone through some stuff.
Amen.
And this is a way to release and, in essence, giving other people a chance to smile and to laugh.
Amen.
Because laughter is like medicine for the body.
It is.
So you go through some stuff and, you go out like, I'm upset, but I'm about to go check out T-Bar.
Amen.
Some comedy. I'm going to get some comedy, get some laughter.
Yes.
So then that stuff that you was thinking about, you was angry about, it starts to wash away by the jokes that you tell. So it's a ministry to be a blessing to those people out there. You don't know who they are.
Yes.
But God will place them there right in front of you.
Strategically.
He's a strategic God.
Yes, he is.
So he just put you in that place, in that space, to do what you have already been given, that talent, that gift. And we're going to talk about that gift as well.
We're going to talk about it.
So again, if you just tuned in, you're here. Worship Radio International with Biz Talk with DAndre with special guest T-Barb, the comedian. But then she wears so many hats. Matter of fact, I was leaving work downtown this morning, and I see her downtown. Then just this past Saturday, you was on the stage. I saw you again.
Yes, you did.
So I'm like, man, you like me. See, when I was coming in from work today, that I-94 traffic, I need to get me a helicopter or a private jet. We need to fly on into the studio. Worship sometimes. International.
Yes.
So again, you are blessed to be a blessing.
Yes, it is a blessing.
So we're going to go ahead and get into it. Matter of fact, let me see if I can pull this up here.
Go ahead and pull that up. I wrote some
special questions down for you because I'm like, I didn't want to miss anything. So I kind of typed them up. Let me see.
Okay, that's okay. Let's go with the questions. I'm ready for the questions.
Are you ready for the questions?
Yes, I am.
First one, I know you can answer this.
Okay.
Tell us a little bit about yourself.
People, depending on how you know me, is the capacity you would know me in. My name is Tiffany Barber, but I'm more affectionately known as far as stage time as comedian T-Barb. Okay. I wear many hats, as you stated before. So I am a comedian. I do all types of comedy. I travel across the country doing comedy. I am also a business owner. So I have my own food truck, which is in downtown Detroit on Jefferson, right off of Randolph, behind our city county building, the Coleman A. Young building. Right there. And it's called Tiffany's Delicious Dogs, where we serve a variety of food from all beef hot dogs to vegan selections. I have been in business with that for 14 years.
Wow, 14 years.
14 years.
Wow.
This is my first year in my new location on Jefferson and Randolph, but I was in a also another popular area called Campus Martius Park, which is also in Detroit, and the city transitioned me to this new location. Okay. I also have something, and let's not take this out of context when I tell you the name, called Hood Rat Kitchen, which is a vegan, I know, but we're just trying to put a funny spin on vegan food because most people would hear that and wouldn't think that. So it's kind of a facetious kind of term, a little satirical. And with that, it's a vegan cooking demo service where I come out And I show people how to eat healthier and how to have vegan choices that taste good and that are easy to make. So I know that's a contradiction. Hot dog cart owner and vegan
Vegan
cook,
healthy.
vegan chef rather. But I like that contradiction because I like the fact that I'm open to, just because I eat this way at home doesn't mean that I'm trying to force my ways on you. But if you want the information and you want the knowledge, I'm here to give you that as well. And one last thing about me, I won't say last thing, but another thing about me is that I was a social worker for 14 years with the state of Michigan. So I worked in children's protective services, adult protective services, foster care, and independent living services for foster children. And I'm also writing a book, a motivational memoir at this time, which I call Faith Over Fear, a retired hood rat's tale. And basically the book is just about overcoming triumph, which we all know from Christianity, we know from Jesus, we know from God, that you don't ever have to stay where you start, and which is what my t-shirt says. And I'm just letting people know, anybody from any aspect or walk of life, that you don't have to stay there. You can change your life at any point, any time, and you really can live your dreams and do what you need to do.
Wow. That was a lot. I could just dissect.
It was a lot.
Man. Now, let me start off with, you went to the state of Michigan
Yes.
for how many years?
14 years.
14
Well,
years.
actually, I was with the state for 11 and a half, and I did 3.5 at a private agency called Children's Center.
Oh, okay.
So I was a social worker for 14 years, but I was with the state of Michigan for 11 of those. I started my career at a private agency, which is the Children's Center, doing foster care and independent living services there, which is assisting foster youth and transitioning the foster youth who don't return home with their parents. My job was to assist them in transitioning into adulthood, teaching them life skills, how to pay bills, just basically the things that normally a child would get from their parent. That was my job, to facilitate those activities.
Wow. Now, especially with a job, career/job like that,
Yes.
and dealing with children and then dealing with adults,
Yes.
that has to be something that you love to do, or you like to do, have a love for.
Well, I had a passion, and how I started with that is that my mom was actually raised in foster care, and this was back in the 50s and the 60s, and she did not have the best experience in the system, and she would talk about it often. So as a result of her upbringing and the tumultuous childhood that she had, she ended up doing some time in prison. And my mom would talk to me often about her childhood and the things that she went through. So when I went to college, I went to a HBCU. Shout out to Dillard University in New
Dillard.
Orleans. Whoop, whoop. In New Orleans, Louisiana. When I was there, I took some sociology classes, and they really stuck with me.
Okay.
So once I got out of college, I felt the need to give back to my community, and I wanted to be a vessel of change. So I felt a great way for me to be a vessel of change and not only connect what my mom had been through, but also my formal education and my childhood, because I went through a lot in my neighborhood. I grew up in a very different circumstances from where I am today. I felt like that was a way to connect all those dots and help little girls who maybe grew up like me but didn't have the opportunities that I had to change my life.
Wow, and that's powerful, because so many of our young people, again, with the poverty and everything else that comes with it, which leads to drugs or crime, and it's like a vicious cycle, and they see no hope.
Correct.
So when you have somebody who have the experience and have been in those situations, to come back and to tell them their experiences, and they have a choice, they don't have to do that, and show them a better way, that's powerful.
Well, thank you.
Change.
Well, that's why I started sharing my story. And one of the reasons I went into writing the book, because for so long, you'll feel like your story has no power, or that your story is not important. You'll have those people. It kind of goes back to your affirmations. You'll have those people around you that will convince you that you're not special, or your story will not make a difference, or make you feel bad maybe about your upbringing, when a lot of times we really had no choice of our upbringing. We had no choice of who our parents were, where we lived, what we ate. You really, as a child and as a young adult, don't have those choices. So I wanted to come in, and especially with the foster youth and the Children's Protective Services families that I serve over my career, I wanted to come in and be that person that they could relate to, as far as letting them know I've been where you're at.
Exactly.
And when I say that, I mean literally, as far as standing in food stamp lines, doing Narcotics Anonymous classes with my parents. My dad lost both his kidneys when I was 9 years old.
Wow.
So I was raised as a caregiver. I had to bandage wounds. I've been through, my father had both his legs cut off. I was pretty much his nurse as his daughter. Plus, I was dealing with my mom's, mental illness as a result of being in prison, being locked up in a corrupt system. I mean, it was a lot that I had to deal with as a child. But I wanted to come in and let them know, hey, because I went to college by myself. I caught a Greyhound bus there.
Wow.
It was that kind of thing. I just wanted to let them know that anything that you want to do in your life, you can do it. You're not limited to anything, especially with the power of God and prayer and just your internal power, your energy, like you said, with your affirmations, keeping your mind positive. You can do these things. Don't worry about who else around you has. Most of my friends dropped out of middle school when I was a kid. So don't worry about who has done those things. Just know that within yourself, you keep praying and you can do those things. You can overcome anything that you want to.
Powerful from T. Barb herself.
Yes.
Wow. So let's get back to the business now. Now, how many businesses do you have?
As of right now, I have 3.
Okay.
So I have T-Barb Entertainment, which covers the comedy show productions, because not only do I perform, but I also produce my own events. I produce a thing called Chef Wars, which is where a vegan chef and a regular chef compete against each other in front of a live audience. To make, their own delicious selections. Audience gets to taste it. I also have produced my own comedy shows. You and your wife have been to several of my comedy shows. I was doing things at Demi's. I'm going to be having a show September 12th at a place called Trixie's.
September
12th, where we'll be having a variety of things going on. So that's my T-Barb Entertainment. I also have my Hood Rat Kitchen. Or as I call it, Retired Hood Rat LLC. I know it's a funny name, but if you heard what I just said about my life, you'll get the spin, because a lot of people are like, "Ooh, why would you say that?" And I just use that because at the time, that's what I felt like I was. Even though I really wasn't inside my heart, I let the outside world put me in that box. But, so I want to say I'm retired. At the time I may have done some things that a hooligan would have done, or, some street things, but I didn't know any better. So once I learned better, I became retired, So that thing, and that's where the Hood Rat Kitchen is under that, with the vegan cooking demos. Okay. And then I also have Delicious Dogs LLC, which is where we do the food. We do catering. We're downtown Detroit Monday through Friday. We do stuff with UAW baseball, your mama house if you got a check. We just go all around and we cater different food. And like I said, at this point, I'm writing a book, so it'll be my first self-published project, as far as that goes. So, yeah.
Wow.
So I have 3 businesses.
Wow. Okay. Now, how did you get started in business?
Well, when I was in college, I worked at the hot dog cart as my summer job. Okay. It was a family friend who had the hot dog cart. And so what happened was, when I graduated from college, and this is before, because I ended up going to graduate school at University of Detroit Mercy. Shout out to them, where I received my MBA. So, yeah, that was in 2010. But he offered me the opportunity to buy it. And I really appreciate him for seeing something in me and even offering me the opportunity to say, well, hey, you worked here with me for all of this time.
Wow.
Put some money together. And it took, trust me, I almost didn't have enough gas for making it home after I gave him that money. I was like, oh my
man.
God, how am I make it home? God, please. God, let these fumes get me, from
And
the
it
east
did.
to the west side.
And it did.
And God, he was pushing the car behind me.
Wow.
But
Wow.
that's how I ended up starting with Delicious Dogs. And then at first, of course, it was a little tough, but he did. He held my hand, and he showed me some things about being licensed and, where to get this and where to get that. And I just kept going. I never gave up on that.
Wow.
And started that. And then 3 years ago, when I started stand up, which was a result of one of my coworkers with the state of Michigan. Shout out to Monique King. When I started that, I kind of had some of the applied business knowledge from my degree,
Okay.
as well as from running the hot dog stand for so long. And I just used that knowledge and transferred it. Because once I started doing comedy, I realized I love doing this. This is what
Okay.
I love. And it was just like God filled my spirit. He filled my heart. He gave me the power of my mouth and my tongue. And don't take that for granted if you go see me on something else and I curse, okay? God did that by mistake too. I told you I'm a retired hood rat. But and that's how I got started with that. And
Wow.
I took kind of a business approach to comedy as well.
Yeah, you have to. And I heard you say how you worked for somebody who had the cart, then you were given the opportunity to buy the cart.
Yeah.
And what I've noticed now that I've heard that, I noticed how you have paid it forward by employing a couple young people on your hot dog cart as well.
Absolutely. I have some young ladies that have been working with me for years. I mean, I've had a ton of employees over the course of this 14 years for sure. But I try my best to employ young people. Also, my family has played a big role as far as the hot dog cart. So I started off employing my own nephews and teaching them the game, teaching them about business. And from there, I ended up employing some young ladies. So I have a young lady that's a college student. She's been working for me for 4 years. I have another college student that has been there for 2.5 years. And I try to pour into them as much business knowledge as possible.
Wow.
Just trying to teach them the game and tell them different things about business, and whether they choose to go into food business or hot dogs. I just want to just teach them about ownership, because I do believe that that's very important, that we own something.
I totally agree with you on that there. And I love the fact, again, paying it forward and teaching them business acumen that they wouldn't get through maybe the parents or some in the community, but here you're giving it to them. And to me, that's so important that we that are in business give it to our younger generation, give them some direction.
Amen.
So, I mean, that's powerful in itself right there. Now, how did you take that leap of faith and transition from the state of Michigan job where you had a check coming every week or every other week that you knew what it was,
Tell me about
to going out on your own?
Woo, don't even mention that check. Because one thing about owning a business is that, and I like to be so honest, is that most people show all the glitz and glam and they riding around in the Bentleys and all that.
Yeah.
But it is hard work.
Yes.
It's a lot of work to it. I feel like I took a concession, and sometimes you have to take 4 steps backwards to take 10 steps forward. Right. So anyone who's looking to be in business, don't think about it as, well, I'm taking this loss. Sometimes you have to take that concession for that full leap forward. And for me, it was a difficult transition. I was used to getting this amount every 2 weeks. And with business, I may make this amount every 2 weeks or more. And then this week, I may make half. So it's really about budgeting. It's about lifestyle change. One thing that I did do was I used to always get a new car. I went and bought a car instead. I lowered my bills before I stepped out on faith. I prepared myself. So don't just think, oh, I'm going to go out. I got this dream. I'm going to quit my job right now. You have to really take some steps, and you're going to have to make some tough decisions in order to do what you want to do. Now, is it 10 times more fulfilling? Absolutely. I feel like I've given to my community. I poured into my community for those 14 years that I was a social worker, and I continue to pour into my community. But now I'm pouring into myself. Now I'm showing my son and showing those around me that they can do it. And I feel like, and even on the days when I want to give up, I think about the people that are watching me and that are getting their inspiration from me. Right. And I say, you know what, girl, get up. You can do it. Because a lot of times you will say, oh, my God, what am I doing? Oh, my God, I'm sick of this. Oh, my God, Why? I'm tired. I don't feel like selling hot dogs today. I don't feel like telling jokes today. We all have those days where we don't feel like it. And when you have a job, you can call in and say, I want to use 8 hours of sick and vacation time. Yeah. When you're working, it's like, what vacation time, girl? You better go on in there. Girl, what you doing? You better find a way or make a way. So, yes. So it can be hard, but sometimes when God gives you an assignment, it's your job to complete it. God will give you trials and tribulations. He will also give you fruits of your labor. You will also see beautiful and amazing things happen as a result of your sacrifices. But always remember, there will be a sacrifice. And the greater the risk, the greater the reward.
Wow. That's a good one. That's
yes,
a good
it
one.
is.
What comedians have inspired you?
Well, there are so many. Of course, the late great Kool-Aid, one of Detroit's, a mentor of mine, one of the greatest to ever hit the stage and do it. Kool-Aid was a great inspiration of mine. I'm also a big Red Fox fan.
Oh, me too.
I love Red Fox. I think that when he did Sanford and Son, a lot of people don't understand the impact that he made on television as far as having a black man on television with a all-black cast. That was, even though it was a junkyard, he was showing himself as a business owner, as having his own. Those type of things permeate into our psyche, whether we know it or not. And he did it his way. That's what I liked about him. So maybe the vulgar language, okay, I get that. But as far as him doing it his way, saying what he wanted to say, and being his altruistic self, who he is, I love that. I love some more. She's independent. She's not worried about what other people do. I love Steve Carell. Steve Carell I just love the quirkiness. I mean, I love the difference. I mean, my influences range so vast because I'm really, people always want me to be in this box, but I don't know how to be in a box. You may see me one day and I may be like, you know what up, though, son? And you may talk to me one day and we may be conducting an interview like this. So, I'm influenced by so many.
Just got everything, just whatever comes out that particular day or the mood.
Black girl magic.
Black girl magic. Oh.
Yes.
Wow. Now, what have been some of your biggest success? We'll start off with challenges.
Every day you have challenges. I think even this morning was a challenge for me. Being in business, especially having a small business, the challenges can be everything from customers, dealing with angry customers, to frustration, to contracts, to just learning, especially in comedy. You'll go out of town, someone will book you, and they may not have your money. They may not have the accommodations. I went on a tour, my first tour last year, which was one of my biggest challenges and one of my greatest successes, all wrapped into one. Wow. Some of the hotels I was booked at was like, ugh, who's sleeping in here? Sleeping in my full clothes, then found I'm talking about in a whole leather jacket.
Oh, man.
Then wrap myself up, button myself up like a mummy and everything else. I mean, so, it can be, and I'm a single mom. So, just balancing my work-life balance, being at work to making sure I'm spending quality time with my son and with my family, and even having time for myself can be very, very challenging.
Yeah. So you answered the next question. I was going to ask you, how do you balance being, multiple businesses, a comedian that travels, and then being a mom to your son?
Yeah.
I see you on Facebook Live interacting with your son. You in your comedy, you put your son in the comedy.
Yes, I do.
So I just love that. Saw him this morning downtown at the Delicious Dogs with you.
Free child labor. Y'all didn't hear that.
Oh yeah, he's a write-off too. On
Right.
taxes.
Sure is.
Yeah. Matter of fact, he's here with you at the interview.
Yep, $2 an hour. So
So you keep the other 13 or whatever.
shoot, he done ate that up. He greedy.
Oh man. So now I know you had to go because matter of fact, you got some projects in LA and everything.
Yeah.
We're coming up on time for you, but tell us some of your
minutes.
a few more minutes. All right, tell us some of your upcoming projects you got coming up.
Okay, well, like I stated earlier, on September 12th, it's going to be T-Barb and Friends at Trixie's. You can always see everything I'm doing on my website, which is T as in Tom, Barb, B as in boy, A-R, B as in boy, isfunny.com, which is T-Barb.isfunny.com for upcoming things. This Saturday, I'll be going out to L.A., So while I'm out there, I'll be doing a show Thursday at a place called the Sugar Shack. I'll also be doing various podcasts, radio shows, just trying to network and put myself out there. And even going back to your last question about, like, I'm taking my son with me. So he'll be there. I've taken him to New York with me for a week. So sometimes when I'm doing some of these activities, it's a way for him to see the grind, for him to travel, and also for us to have bonding time together. I also have another Chef Wars coming up. So it'll be a Chef Wars rematch coming up to be announced very soon. Location, time, and date will be announced. Also, the book, Faith Over Fear, Tales of a Retired Hood Rat, will also be coming out at the end of September. So I want everybody to be on the lookout for that. We just finished the cover photo shoot for that, which was
awesome.
which was very interesting. And I'll also, on my Facebook, if you look Comedian T Barb, or if you go on Instagram, TBARB_. Don't watch it in front of Pastor. Repeat, do not watch it in front of Pastor. I'm sorry. Praise the Lord. Praise him. Okay? Sometimes that's for you after 12, right before you gonna repent and eat the cracker and the wine the next day. That's when you watch it sometimes. It's not the worst, but you know what I'm saying? I might use a few choice words here and there like your mama used to do.
Remember that.
But I also have some Hood Rat Kitchen stuff, some vegan cooking demos. Some of those are on my YouTube, which is Comedian T Barb. And just look for more episodes of Hood Rat Kitchen. I also have some more television opportunities and things coming up. So just be on the lookout. I don't want to speak too prematurely on some of those things, but trust me, you will see me on TV, and I do have a lot of things coming through the pipeline.
Yeah, like I said, she has a lot of stuff coming.
And you can come get a hot dog Monday through Friday from 10:30 to 3:30. We are open. Sometimes we have extended hours, but our regular hours are 10:30 to 3:30, Monday through Friday on Jefferson, right off Randolph, behind the Coleman A. Young City County building. And we're also available for hire. So if you're looking for a comedian, a host for your next event, you can always hit me up on my website again, tbarbisfunny.com, or you can email me. That's Tiff, TIFFBARB @gmail.com for Delicious Dogs, for hosting, for comedy opportunities. Because just like he said, I did a private comedy show for some friends of yours.
Yeah.
Very nice. Oh my God, they had they had a trombone band. I was like, okay.
Like I said, nice smooth music.
Smooth music, very nice atmosphere.
Food was good.
They had a spread, didn't they?
Lamb chops, chicken tenderloins. What else was that? The mixed vegetables.
Oh man, mashed potatoes. They had a little bit of everything.
But not just that iceberg, but it had romaine.
Oh my God, they had spring mix. A little bit of spring mix for you. I was like, okay.
And the music was nice and chill. So shout out to Rita Gordon. Rita Gordon, thank you. Matter of fact, that was a classmate of mine. I've seen a few classmates there.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
And one of my sisters, one of my best friend's sisters was there. So I ran into somebody. So I am available, for private events, and This Friday, I'll be doing a pop up for improv group, the AWOL Theater on Rosa Parks. So I'm just
Man,
look
you
forward
got
to
a
me
lot
seeing
of
me.
stuff going on.
Yes, yes,
Hey,
yes.
I'm curious. Being a woman in an industry that's probably kind of still male
Male
dominant.
dominated.
Yeah. How difficult is it in that industry now? Is it getting better, or is it still a challenge?
It's getting better. It is getting better. I mean, I think that women have challenges often in a lot of different industries in the workplace. I am pretty much breaking down and knocking down a lot of walls because I've made a lot of. I've come pretty far in what they consider a short amount of time in
Yeah, I heard you
comedy.
say, did you say like 3 years?
Yeah, I've been doing
Wow.
it 3.5 years. So for a lot of people, it may have taken them 7 or 8 or 9 years. But once again, that's what I say about God's assignment on your life, because when you're doing something you're meant to do, the puzzle pieces will come into place.
Come into
It'll
alignment.
come into place. So I have had issues with men in the industry, maybe hitting on me, and if I didn't want to talk to them, maybe stopping certain opportunities. There are people who still will not book me to this day because I didn't want to talk to them, but I keep it very professional, and I let my talent speak for itself. I am talented, so I don't have to take any shortcuts. I don't have to take any advances. There's someone who will be there to respect me for my talent and who I am as a person and my versatility. So, of course, but I don't, it's like you said in your affirmations, I don't let the pettiness or the negative attitudes permeate my soul, because God
Yes.
got my soul.
Amen,
And every
amen.
day I feel down, I put my hands up, I pray, I get on my knees, and I let him know he is the last say. Okay? Without God, you are nothing. So man means nothing to me because I got God.
Give me some.
Thank
Bam.
you.
Man, and now on top of that, we just got a few minutes before we wrap up. But I was looking at some of your YouTube and everything. Now, you also do comedy for church events.
Yes, I do.
Yeah. So you can book her for your church event.
I've done Mount Zion. I mean, I've done Mount Lebanon, Strathmore Church. I've done quite a few churches, some shelters. So I'm very versatile as a comic. Do I do comedy clubs where it's not a Christian crowd, of course, but I will rock a church like nobody's business. And I was baptized 4 years ago at Citadel of Praise.
Citadel of Praise.
Shout out to my pastor, Ellis. And so that changed my life. So God is in me. It's the God in me. And that's
Right.
how I even have this position, or how I even made it through life. So I have a testimony as well, and I like to fill everyone's heart with laughter, because a lot of times we so mad and we so that we don't laugh and we don't express things the way that we need to. So yes, you can book me for your church, your women's retreat, all of that, because not only do I have a story and I like to speak as well, do motivational speaking, but I can make you laugh.
And like we were talking the other day, laughter is like medicine for the body. And we need medicine. Wow.
Laugh with your Verners. Because
Oh, no.
Verners, black people medicine. Yep.
But it's not like it used to be, though.
No.
It used to be nice and strong, but nothing like it used to be.
Nothing
Yeah.
is like it used to be. Trust me. Car used to could rip down the wall, and now it's gonna mash right on up. So we know that.
Oh, man. Hey, nothing like the real thing. T-Bar, comedian T-Bar, here in the house on Biz Talk with DAndre. So I definitely like to thank you for coming on. We had talked about it in the past.
Yes,
and
we
it never
have.
worked out and everything. And next thing you know, she's like, I can make it right before I go to Los Angeles. I'm like, oh, let's get you booked on there.
Yes, because I will be in LA for a week. God is providing for me, and I just want to let everybody know God will provide for you too. Believe in yourself, believe in your dreams, and believe in your talent.
Wow. That's a good way to end the interview with the none only than Tiffany Barber, a.k.a. comedian T-Barb
And
in the house.
thank you so much for having me on the show. I appreciate that. Make sure you tune in every week to Biz Talk with DAndre.
Me, Biz Talk. Ah. See, now she got me acting silly.
This DAndre. Don't think I got a little mustache. I'm DAndre. This DAndre.
Oh, boy. Now, as I get back to my serious side here, audience, on Biz Talk with DAndre, I'm going to go ahead. It's a new segment that we just started about 3-4 weeks ago. 3 weeks ago. And it's called Biz Spotlight.
Okay.
Where I put a spotlight on a business.
All right.
It could be in Detroit or Metro Detroit area.
Okay.
But this week, and I didn't have time to get everything, the card that I wanted, but it's a massage therapist by the name of Francis Walker. And I think it's called Touch. And was it a few weeks ago? I was like really tired from work, and went by there, got a massage. I almost just fell asleep. I think I was snoring and everything. I'm like, she's good. So the very next day, I believe, or the next day, I think that's Saturday, I had my daughter go over there and get a facial.
Wow.
And her skin was just glowing.
Wow.
So this week, I got Francis Walker, massage therapist. You definitely want to give her a call, schedule an appointment. And matter of fact, telephone number is area code 248-499-2391. Again, that's 248-499-2391. Schedule an appointment. Tell her that DAndre referred you from Biz Talk with DAndre. Now, her location, let me see if I think I got that as well. Yeah, she's located in the Pink Diamond Experience, which is at 17350 West McNichols. And that's just north of, that's on Livernois, just north of 6 Mile.
Okay.
Or West McNichols, as some people call it,
right.
Or 6 Mile. So again, right there at the Pink Diamond Experience. And again, they're doing some remodeling over there, but it's a beautiful place. It's like a mall. You go in, go upstairs, you got a hairstylist.
Wow.
You go downstairs, they're putting in some showers and everything. Then you got the Francis Walker doing the massages. Then there's a place, I believe, D.L. Collins, who's on Facebook. She has a restaurant.
Okay.
Where she caters food, but you can, oh man, I had some salmon there with a Cajun sauce and some mashed potatoes and gravy and some mixed vegetables.
Don't make me
Then
hungry.
she had some with shrimp, but I'm allergic to shrimp, so I couldn't.
Right.
But she caters and she does a great business down there. Then they have a room that you can rent where if you want to have a baby shower or a little small event.
All right.
You
You
got
making
this
me
nice chair.
hungry. Don't make me hungry.
All right, come on. We're going to leave here. We go over down to the Pink. What was that again? Then I got a phone call coming in.
All right. The
Pink
Diamond.
Experience. Pink Diamond.
Okay, all
Pink
right.
Diamond.
Head to the Pink Diamond.
Pink Diamonds, 17350 Livernois.
Massage and some salmon.
All right, we're going to end it right here, but I look forward to seeing you next week. Same time, same place with Biz Talk with DAndre. And tonight we had our special guest, T-Barb, in the house, comedian extraordinaire.
T-Barb, look me up. Check me out.
Make sure you catch her. Again, she's shooting out to L.A. Then she come back and, like I said, she's blowing up. But we got to help her blow up Detroit, Metro
Yes, we
Detroit.
do.
We got to go ahead and support our own, support our people here.
Amen.
Don't let them go somewhere else and everybody just all on them. They blow up. Then all of a sudden, they from Detroit, but Detroit didn't give them no love.
Amen.
So we want to give our people, our comedians, our the singers, everybody, small businesses, go ahead and give them some love. Give them a play. Let's pay it forward. So take care. God bless. And again, Biz Talk with DAndre. Until next time, love ya.
Hey, this is DeAndre Ford, and you're listening to Worship Radio International.